Yo, Wagwan, it's that guy. Welcome to another episode of Not Talking. Today's episode, I got a 10 questionnaire, a 10 Dreadlock Questionnaire for 2022. Now, I'm going to just pretty much read through the questions and then do my best to answer them. So, I will put the questions on the display here. Question number 1. How long have you had your locks? These locks I started January 1st, 2015. So 8 years pretty much to this week. Question number 2 is what's your hair type? Now my hair type is definitely more of like a 3, type 3, maybe a 3B, 3C. I've never been really good at determining hair types, nor have I ever met anyone that can tell a hair type spot on when they see it. Maybe this is something I gotta dive into a bit closer. Question number 3 is what kind of locks do you have? Maintained roots, semi-freeform, freeform, sister locks, goddess locks, high top, etc. What the hell is the difference between semi-freeform and freeform? That's always been the question. I guess I'm somewhere between semi-freeform and freeform. Considering I've trimmed a couple, considering I had wicked a couple in the past. I don't do any maintenance to my roots. No maintenance to my roots whatsoever at any point. So I'm definitely in that free range, right? How often do you wash? This is question number 4. How often do you wash your hair? What product do you use to wash your hair? And how do you dry your hair? How often do I wash my locks? Right now, it's probably between every 4 to 6 weeks, I'd say. Maybe even 4 to 8 weeks. Somewhere amongst those lines. It's not that often. What product do I use to wash my hair? At the moment, I've been using tea gel to battle dandruff. At the moment, I've also been using handcrafted bar soaps made from natural substances, such as Free the Roots. I also have a couple other companies that I've found locally that make soap very similar. And how do I dry my hair? I normally put it up into a towel plop for about an hour, let it soak up, and then I'll take the blow dryer to it until it's about 80% dry, and then I let it air dry for the rest of the day. Now I always make sure I wash my hair in the morning, never late in the day, because I want the air to be able to dry it throughout the day. What do I use to moisturize my locks, and how often do I moisturize my locks? Man, I don't moisturize my locks that often. Maybe like once every few months, I'll put a little bit of moisture on my scalp. And normally I'm using things like jojoba oil, castor oil, grapeseed oil, any type of kind of oil concoction. Like I have a couple like oil jars that are mainly used for like beard oil, scalp oils. And they're normally just essential oils, so I keep an eye out for those. Number 6 is what do you call your locked hair? Either dreadlocks, locks, jatas, elf locks, ropes. I call my locked hair exactly that. Locks, dreads, dreadlocks, natties, congos, wicks, dukes, bonks, globs. I like ropes. Elf locks or elf knots is definitely not what I call them. I feel like that's more of a Caucasian term for locks. Specifically, like Caucasian females will go into that realm of locks. Jetas, jetas is definitely more of a South Asian term. Very specific to a certain region if you're gonna have jatas or a certain culture. Yeah, that's what I call them. Question number 7. Does anyone else in your family or friends have locks? Yes, my brother has locks, freeform locks. I have an auntie with locks as well. And I think that's about it. Not too many people in my family have locks. Oh, my uncle has locks. But no, not too many people have locks in my family. Number 8. Do you have any hair or scalp issues? I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't? Scalp issues. I've always had dry scalp issues my whole life. Always. Even when I had shaved head, even when I had braids, those are my scalp issues. Hair issues, not really. Maybe now in my older age, I'm probably noticing a bit more thinning in areas on the top of my crown than I used to before, but not any specific problems, to be honest. Question number 9 is your hair dyed or bleached? And that is a hard no. I've never put any sort of chemical dye or bleach into my locks ever. It's too damaging. It's too costly. It's too time consuming. It defeats the purpose of my natty journey to teach myself patience and self-acceptance. So I would not put that stuff in my hair. And lastly here, question number 10. Have you had that doesn't make any sense. Have you had to trim or cut your locks over the years? Yes. As of recently, I'd say into my 7th year, I had to trim my current set of locks because they were just getting way too long. To the point where they were getting caught in car doors, on car seats, and cupboards, on doors, like just kind of getting caught everywhere, causing me headaches, causing unnecessary stress and strain on certain areas of my scalp, and unnecessary frustration. So I ended up trimming a bunch, and I'm happy with the results. Very happy. And this is my second set of like really long locks. So I have cut a whole set of locks off back in 2014. These were interlocks of 8 years, and it wasn't an easy decision because I ended up hiding the fact that I did it for maybe a month or two before I told anyone on the internet that I cut my locks off. So it's hard to do. But yes, those are the questions from today. And I will leave these questions in the comment section, the description section. If you want to answer them yourself in the comments down below, that'd be great. I find it interesting to hear what your story is. And that's about it for today's episode of Not Talking. So I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. One love. Stay happy and natty. I'm gone. Yeah.